If anyone is telling you that you are mentally ill, it's good to go to therapists and everything, but you also need to think critically and question their motives in saying that. Because I find that's one of the first things that people go to when they don't want their paradigm shifted, when they don't want their reality to be contested in any sort of way. It's also one of the first things people shift to if they're doing something wrong that's causing you a reaction. And so because they don't want to take accountability, they will call you mentally ill. Basic gaslighting. That's what gaslighting is, if any of you don't know what gaslighting is. Now, another thing I would sometimes question is just, usually I wouldn't question the individual therapists or psychologists or psychiatrists, because I think that they've put their whole lives into it. They went into the field to help people with wonderful intentions. But I will also say that there is a whole industry that also feeds off of that. So there is financial gain for some people if they can label you as mentally ill. So it's like, yes, there's a reason for this, and they help so many people and they can help you, but also be aware of the financial gain too. So you got to weigh that out in a sense. And one thing that I keep seeing come up is the problem of narcissism. Now, like, in my entire life, I have only ever, like, knowingly actually met 2, possibly 3 narcissists. But narcissists are notorious for gaslighting, for setting up a circumstance that a person sees and addresses, and the narcissist saying, oh, that's not really there. That's not true. You didn't see that. This didn't happen. That is exactly what a narcissist does. Another thing that most narcissists do is they actually find happiness and pleasure in other people's misery. So you really want to look out for that. And if you have been a victim of someone constantly telling you you're mentally ill, or a victim of narcissism, you will find that your body starts to get this reaction that you only feel safe when you're putting on a sad, grumpy face, when you look disheveled. You're only safe in disheveledness around a narcissist, because when they see someone not doing well, they're not going to hurt anybody, they're not going to yell at anybody, they're not going to cause contention when they think that you are not doing well. And so oftentimes people who are codependent, sometimes narcissists still affect a lot of people who aren't even codependent, or they're trying to make people go codependent. But yeah, the person that the narcissist is affecting is, they don't even recognize that they do it, but they try to look bad on purpose. They try to look, I think a lot of people who've been victims of narcissistic abuse might potentially kind of unconsciously gain weight, or they will, they just will try to appear to not do well in whatever way they think that the narcissist will attack them for doing well. They avoid that. And out of the 2 or 3 narcissists I've known, because I don't know if one of them for sure, like one person I know had a few traits, but I don't think they were like full on, but like the other 2, I'm like, they had all of the traits that I could read about or learn about, and the people around them would definitely have to react for their own safety in such a way that they do anything to look sad or down or something, even if they're not actually feeling that way, not around the narcissist in any way at all. They have to appear really depressed in order to be safe. And the only people who don't have to be that way around the narcissist is the people that the narcissist looks up to or is accountable to in some way. So like a boss or sometimes their parents or whatever. So yeah, I'm less concerned about like medical industry or therapists trying to get money out of you and them diagnosing you with something. They're generally out to help you more, but it's actually the people in your life, in your everyday life, who might want something out of you and have an agenda and a reason to gaslight you, to make up random diagnoses about you or whatever. So I would watch out for that more like in your personal life. A few people maybe in the industry or whatnot, but I found it's the people who don't want to take accountability or have their paradigm shifted or have their reality contested in any way or who can't see other people's reality or empathize in any way. Those are the people calling people mentally ill in this like really negative and nasty way that's not actually out to help them, but it's out to abuse them more. Well, and like the other thing about this is I actually found out about all of this stuff in therapy because I had somebody conflating those issues. They were saying I was depressed. I took 3 screenings for depression. I never had depression. My heart goes out to all of you who do have depression and everything, but for me, like, they were saying like, oh, she has this and this and this, and it's like they had an agenda behind it for sure. And so yeah, it's like I found out about the narcissist in therapy. I found out about all of that through a really good system that helped me a lot. And so yeah, I just like, be careful in your life. Be open to needing help for mental health stuff, but get it from the right sources. And if someone's trying to gaslight you and call you crazy, they definitely have an agenda for that. Like, they're massively trying to hide the abuse and the things that they've done, because if they can tell everybody that you're not okay, that your reality isn't real, and they can convince you that, then they can get away with just about anything. So they really, narcissists and some people who aren't narcissists and have some kind of agenda, they like have a reason for that. So like reason this out, like see why they would be doing this. And then you can get a better idea of exactly how severe things are for you. And yeah, and also like getting around a variety of different kinds of people to see what's actually normal. So if you're like living with someone like this or you grew up with somebody like this, that's where just get as many experiences outside of that as you possibly can.